Hello, my name is Thorsteinn Siglaugsson. I'm going to have a chat with Lakshmi Subbaraya about his experience from the Marris Consulting Logical Thinking Process course that he's just finished. It's a great pleasure to have you here and be able to chat with you a little bit. Where did you find out about this training and what got you interested in?
I work in the IT industry and also supply chain consulting for many years, close to 20 years now. And I have been introduced to goal and theory of constraints a few years back. And ever since, I am interested in generally the topics of theory of constraints. And I always was intrigued by the whole concept around the thinking process, because it enables us to find out new solutions, breakthrough solutions, and also understand the root cause of the problems. So I was always interested in, and I wanted to do this course guided by Bill himself. I was waiting for an opportunity to actually to go to Paris and do it, but unfortunately due to the COVID, it kept delaying. But I really liked the concept of the online LTP course, and I was waiting for it. Once it was released, I took that opportunity.
You had some knowledge of the LTP beforehand.
Yes.
So you had read some of the books and.
I had read some of the Goldratt books, and even I had got the logical thinking process book by Bill Dettmer. But I must confess that I haven't been able to really read the books. I would have read some parts of it, just enough to understand and do some implementations. But I have never really gone through in detail like how I did in this particular course. So even though I had some knowledge, but I would say that this course was an eye-opener for me to really understand the tool, how to actually approach the tree, especially the goal tree. So Bill brought that connection that first you do the goal tree, then you use that as a scoping mechanism for the current reality tree, so that we don't lose the focus on the goal, on what we are trying to achieve. So the goal tree was one of the important elements for me, and how it relates to the other tools. And the second thing what I understood is the importance of using a good software tool. Like in this course, we use a Lucid chart. I was using something like a PowerPoint, and it's really not the tool to do large trees. And so that was another important learning for me from this course.
So it's the how it all hangs together and the goal tree as the anchor throughout the process. I must agree with you with regarding the software. From my experience of doing training, it's crucial to have something that is interactive. Tell me, what did you find most challenging going through the online course?
First of all, the online course were very helpful. So I was able to go through the videos and also read the relevant portion of books. I really like the way Bill and you yourself stressed that, okay, have you read the book? Have you gone through the video before the coaching classes? I didn't find anything major challenging except for doing some of the current reality tree, some of the exercises. It took more effort, but I think it's a part of the learning process. I enjoyed the exercises, the example trees that was as part of the course. So I would say that drawing this current reality tree was the most challenging for me,
because you have to be sure to be very, very precise all the time. You know, that's one of the things. Now you're finished with the course. It would be interesting to know if you've started to use the tools in your work.
It's been like for 4 weeks since I completed the course, and I have started to use in small ways to guide some of the new work, to do some kind of a planning on what kind of activities that the new initiative requires. So one thing that was eye opener for me for this course is really around the future reality tree, because usually in my practice, and I've also seen others do that, they straight away jump into the project plan or the project planning activities. But the future reality tree adds one step before that, like a validation phase, I would say. And I think that's what mentioned in the book as well. So that validation phase helps us to come out with, let's say, risks because we do the negative branches. And so when we are ready with that, then when we actually sit down to do the project plan, we can actually include those actions that are required to trim those negative branches. When we do the project plan, so already we are thinking about the risks and the risk mitigation in the common project management terminology. So we are actually baking those risks and the risk mitigation thing into the project plan.
Yes. And wouldn't you say this would apply to generally to strategy development as well?
Yes, of course. Yes, this is very, very important for the any new strategy development work, because we start off with the goal tree and then use that as a guide to develop what are the various things that need to be done from a future reality perspective. It is a very helpful tool for strategy development.
Absolutely. So looking into the future, how do you see this will be useful for you? Just if you look some years ahead in your work, do you think this will change the way you do your work generally?
I definitely think this is going to be very helpful, because this is more like a conscious thinking. One of the things why I got attracted to this kind of thinking process tool is that many times we do thinking more passively. So I want to do it more actively, more structured way. I haven't been very successful in the past, except for in bits and pieces, but I want to do it more like an ongoing activity, especially when it involves, like as you mentioned, like any strategy development or any new project planning or new initiative planning. And the other area I think is around the change management, which is one of the tree that I worked during the course. I know how difficult this change management can be, and it is thinking process can be a very, very important tool. So I do plan to improve my quality of thinking and want to use it in my job, and want to use it more and more as a consultant. I want this to be one of my primary tools. The beauty of this whole thinking process is that either you can use it directly or you can use it indirectly in the background. I can directly go and do a tree for somebody, but I can also use it in other situations where I can do my own homework thinking using these trees, and then just go and deliver the output of that in a strategy meeting or any other important stakeholder meeting.
So tell me, now you've gone through this process, who would you think this would be the biggest benefit for? What sort of people do you think would benefit from it?
Definitely, I would start it right from the top. The CXOs definitely would benefit from this tool because they're involved in a lot of high-level decision making, which involves people, which involves change management, and then anybody who is interested with the job of formulating a strategy. So that could be either the CXOs themselves, or they could entrust this to anybody. Those kind of consultants will definitely find this useful. Project managers are another important category of people who will benefit from this.
Anything else you would like to add regarding this?
The online course was very helpful. The recordings by Bill is top class, top quality. It really helps us to understand the concepts in the book, and the best part is they're replayable, so you can replay, pause. So very good feature. This coaching class is very helpful to clarify some of the doubts. It's not just about learning the conceptual part, but also really the mechanics of it, right? Like Bill guided me to make the tree more readable by using those page separators, and there are like small things which I think are very important because they may not be mentioned somewhere in the book. So definitely these kind of coaching helps in these aspects,
because it's a mix of conceptual learning and workshops basically. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Very glad to meet up with you again now. I just want to wish you best of luck with applying the logical thinking process to your work and making good use of it.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I would thank Marris Consulting for putting this course out together, and I'm sure in the coming years, many people will get benefited from this. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you as well, and congratulations. Bye-bye.
Bye.